Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Monday, November 3rd, 2014. This was a video request from my friend Luke Mario. He asked, hey Duane, I got a suggestion for a future video. What's your opinion on video games and games in general, even board games? Like what games you played and what looks fun or something. So let me know what. Alright, that's cool. First I should say I'm somewhat ADD. Back in the day when I was in school, there was no such thing. You know, it's a recent diagnosis kind of thing. I've never been diagnosed with it, but I know I am easily bored. I've had tons of hobbies that I did for a while and I just got bored and just was no longer interested. And so a lot of things don't hold my interest. All right. Anyway, so games. When I was young, when I first discovered chess, I was, I don't know, 9 or 10, I think. And I played against my mom, played against my dad, played against my brother. And I enjoyed learning chess, how the different pieces move and stuff. But the actual game got to be a bore, all right? Partly because it took a long time, and I don't like to sit still for 3 hours. And partly because, I'll be honest with you, there's nothing at risk. There's nothing to win or lose, you know? So, I don't know. A lot of people love the game of chess, and you know, nothing against them, but for me it just doesn't hold my interest. It did for a while, for a short period in my life. I was very, very interested in it, but that went away. Okay, have not played chess in decades. Also, the board game Monopoly I thought was a lot of fun when I first discovered it, with the little pieces and community chest cards. What's the next card going to say? And all the different properties and the money, especially the money, something tangible. But I lost a lot. You know, I guess I wasn't good at it. And when you get to the point where you land on somebody's property and you can't afford to pay the rent, and then you got to start selling your property off, it's not fun. And in fact, the last time I remember playing it was with a couple, and there were 4 of us playing, and the other guy was all win at any costs, and when he busted out his wife, yeah, I digress. Anyway, I found Monopoly interesting and stimulating for a short period of time, and I don't know, I lost interest. Okay, the only video game that I can ever remember being really interested in was at a pizza parlor where I worked, at Godfather's Pizza. They had a Moon Patrol game. This was in the 80s, mid 80s, and we had a cool boss. When we got our work done, we could play video games, drink pop, drink beer. Yeah, so I did spend a few evenings playing this Moon Patrol game. It was really kind of pointless. You have this little moon buggy that moves across the screen with music playing, and you shoot boulders, and you jump over things, and yeah, that was a lot of fun for maybe, I don't know, a few weeks, and then it was just, again, for points. There was nothing to gain, nothing at risk, did not hold my interest. Okay, then, later in life, I discovered casino games, risking real money, trying to take the casino's money. And as soon as I discovered casino games, I discovered a wealth of systems to beat these games. Well, nearly all of those systems were worthless. But for better than a decade, I was very, very into the casino games. Blackjack, craps, roulette, baccarat, video poker, any game where the casino edge was so tiny, manipulating your bets and having a strategy would put you ahead. All right, and I absorbed so many of these other people's systems, I started writing my own systems, and had a couple that won most of the time. But anyway, I got burned out on it. Actually, that's one area of gaming where it held my interest for years. And I didn't so much get bored with it, I got burned out on it. Because when I went to the casino, I was serious. I was focused like a laser beam. I was there to take their money. Even if it's $5, I'm leaving with a profit. That was my mindset. And so, yeah, blackjack is my favorite casino game. But sometimes you sit down at a blackjack table and you lose hand after hand after hand after hand, and you just can't believe it. Just like putting your money out there and they just keep taking it, and you gotta walk away when that happens. But anyway, I digress again. Okay, so I got bored with the table games, trying to beat them. Then I started watching World Series poker on TV, and I thought, I could do that. You're not competing with a casino, you're competing with these other people, these clueless people that don't know how to play as well as I do, because I read books. I did well for a while in the casino, but man, that's a bore. If you play correctly, you're playing maybe one hand out of 10 and throwing the rest of your hands away, and not wasting money on them, and that's boring. You're sitting there. You could sit there for an hour and never make a bet, and yeah, that's extremely boring. Then came online poker, where the game happens much quicker, and if you're good enough, you could play 4 games at a time. I don't think you can play online casino games for real money in the United States anymore. I think they did away with that. But for a long time, I was playing poker online almost every day for close to 4 years. And in fact, I wrote about that in my blog. That kept my interest because there was real money. You know, I started at the 5-cent table, but it was real money, and you could quantify your wins and losses in dollars and cents. So that held my interest for a long time. But I would read message boards and forums and stuff, and it seemed like more and more people felt they were getting ripped off at the tables. And then a couple of casinos actually got shut down for cheating the players, because the casino software, the people watching the software, people watching the game, they know what cards are coming up next. They can manipulate it. They can put themselves into the game and bet according to knowing what's coming out, you know, and you just can't win if that's what they're doing. I think most of those games were honest, because I did win quite a bit of money. But I don't know. It got tough. The other players got tough. At first I was winning easily, playing correctly, playing by the book, rarely ever bluffing. But it got tough, and I think I was ahead by $3,600 at my high point. But then I started backsliding, kept losing, and win a little bit, lose. And I don't know if I was being cheated, or if the law of averages was catching up with me, or if the other players were just getting so much better and my game was stagnant. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I think you have a gambling problem if you continue to lose and you continue to play. All right, and that's what was happening to me. I was consistently losing, so I quit. You know, I was still ahead a couple $1,000s when I quit, and I was comfortable with quitting there because it was getting boring and it was taking its toll on me. It's just the way it is. So there you go. That's the games of Duane. All right. As far as the modern video games, the first-person shooter and Grand Theft Auto and all that, I've never played them. I watched Cutlery Lever play Grand Theft Auto one time, and in one of his videos, and that looked interesting, but I don't really have the desire to spend more hours in front of my computer playing a game where there's nothing at risk and nothing to gain, purely for entertainment. Nah, it doesn't interest me. Anyway, that's it. That's the games of Duane. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.